Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. We are playing on the Megalomaniac map and we are connecting the entire map with a massive 4-track main line. At the moment we're taking a bit of a ride on one of our brand new trams through the, I would say, the main street of the city of Chaosgrad. Looking pretty good through the industrial area over here, heading towards the commercial and then the residential districts towards the well, the direction of travel, I would say. I'm not sure that's north. Oh, no, watch out! Ah! There we go. Okay, as always, thank you so much for the support. You guys are amazing. You sent so many nice comments and awesome discussions around this game. This game looks good, doesn't it? Look at this. This is awesome, awesome quality. I don't know whether they had these fancy lights. Another one! Oh, man, at least we stopped. Whether they had these fancy kind of lighting for signs for kind of places, you know, that's a little weird. Anyway, some of the cool comments you got in and stuff that we're considering at the moment is we need to add some new roads to guide the development within Chaosgrad. So this new branch that we built out towards the new port, we need to maybe just guide the development in that area a little bit. Some discussion on airport locations, lots and lots of discussion on airport locations actually, all over the show. We need airports here and there and everywhere, and I agree with most of that. There's also a cool discussion about asking about doing maybe something like the Berlin airlift, where we take one town and all of its cargo and people and movement is only by plane. That would be quite cool to look at. So it's something that I can definitely consider, and I think we'll do it just because it'll be fun. And then there's also a discussion around our kind of mixed cargo lines. It's not necessarily the most effective way of managing the demand that we have at the various places, and we should probably look at ways we can or do dedicated trains, point-to-point trains for certain areas, so that we can properly fulfill the demand for things like fuel and construction materials and so on. So that's something that we may experiment with as well. Okay, so let's pop out of this. I also think that there we go, that's the tram we've just been riding on. Nice little one. I also think that it is a good idea for us to extend our main line. I had a bit of a look, looking for that where we can do our airlift thing. There's still so much more map for us to go towards. So I think we want to extend our main line at least to our next city over here. And this one is currently Ashford, but it will be called from now on Sunculp Crossing. Why? Because this is the crossing point, or the major crossing point of the Chaos Flow River. And this will be SAN, like that. There we go. Nice. So there we have a new name for the next town on the main line. We're going to make our way that way. Okay, so let's quickly do a little bit of guiding work here as discussed. So I'm going to grab just a few little bits and pieces. So maybe one sizable road. Why is that? Oh, we're on top of the station there. So maybe one sizable road that does maybe a little bit like this, a little off center, like so. So it's a little bit more interesting. I don't want it to get too extreme here. And then we can do maybe something like that. Yeah, I like the idea of potentially just tweaking it around into that side. We'll start it off like this, and then we'll lead it towards that one. I think that's a good growth area. This I don't like. I don't want these smaller roads to be continuously go into this main road. I want minimal access points here. Similarly, we can do another road over here that we can kind of run in parallel with that one. Do we do another crossing point, or do we? No, let's not do another crossing point. Instead, we'll look at turning it out over here somewhere and actually just bringing it back. So we'll do a little bit of a crescent is what that is called, I believe. We'll do a bit of a crescent like so in that specific area there. And then we can do some smaller roads in that. So it'll be a little bit more interesting for this area. Over here, I'm definitely thinking we need at least one more road to connect through there. Is that I don't really want it to kind of go uphill like that, or on an embankment like that. So something like this might be a little better, and we will find ourselves a little bit of a crossing point through there, and that's some guiding positions where we can now start the town growth a little bit more. I will speed the game up a little bit. So that's the first thing. The next thing I wanted to do is let's start off with the station construction of the Sandkelp crossing station over here. So I'm going to do it on this side, and the idea is that we'll run the main line through there somewhere, something like that is the idea. So we'll do a bit over here. So let's grab our buildings. We're going to go with our cargo station on that side, and we'll go with high-speed rail. So let's flip it around. I think somewhere like this could be a decent spot for it. Okay, so let's start with that. Let's get a little bit of road to kind of just link it up here. So if we do something like this, for instance, and then we just kind of turn it in like so, that's going to be really awesome. We'll get this thing, yeah, fairly straight in there. That'd be good. Then what we'll do is, I'm tempted, we just kind of run it up here a little bit. Don't do crazy things there. And we will tie it in up there. So that's almost like a little bit of a bypass. We can do our access point on here also. That seems reasonable to me. We also need a few stops and things. So again, what I'm going to try and do is let's get. So I'm going to put this one over here. Actually, I don't think, yeah, so actually we'll put that one over there like so. Want to get it really close and tight over there. Then I want to grab this one on the other side and put it on there. Ooh, it's a little tougher to do that, but still quite reasonable. Now I want to just try and configure both of these a little bit. So let's get a couple of these bits and pieces in there. I think 2 of them is going to be just about right. We'll grab another street access like so, and that might be a little close for comfort where in terms of what I want to do here. Just want to, well, let's tie it in over there. Let's just tie it in like so. That's just going to be fine. We'll configure this one also. Give me the cargo platform. So let me extend the cargo platforms a little bit, something like so. And then we'll get an additional street access over here. We'll pop out of that and we will grab a road and just tie it in like so. So that's kind of what I had in mind with all of this. So now these guys are kind of connecting through one another. I think that should be just fine. What I also want to do is I want to configure this thing a little bit. So let's start off by configuring our stuff. I want to do something slightly different here. So I'll do like 4 lines straight on this one. The game is still running, right? Yeah, so we are making money. Okay, we'll do that. Then we will get our platforms. Going to do another every time without fail, every time I do this. Okay, and we'll get that one in place here. Now I'm going to go with the passenger platform. Okay, we're going to go with tracks again. Like that, like that. This is a massive station. Maybe not quite as big as Maloogberg. Well, probably about the same size, just slightly different configuration. And we'll squeeze these in like so. I also want to add a passenger building. Over there. Nice little passenger building over there. And I want to try and do something else. So if we add one, yeah, that doesn't quite sit right with me, does it? Anyway, we'll leave it as is and see if that kind of works. I wanted to do, if we go MISC over here, I can do some of this. So what I'll do is, we'll do that. And what we'll say is the guys went underground in the station facility over there to come pop up over here. So let's grab a little bit of covering for them so that they don't have to stand in the rain and sun and those kind of things. So there we go. That's the station right over there with our additional facilities over here. So this town can now start growing. Now we'll need to start looking at the railway line over there. Okay, the next thing that I also want to do is start popping in our airports. So the idea to have this as basically an airport island, I think is a really cool one. Considering we will still maybe have a port over here also, we need to just look at how exactly we're going to go and do that. Let's grab an airport, start off with a passenger airfield, please. Swing that around. So the idea maybe with this is that we bring a rail connection in from over here, and maybe that off branch line from there can pop in here. And then what I kind of wonder about is whether we then go and run a branch in here to this side also. So that there's kind of, on that branch line, you can go all the way from Genesis to Ulf. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was wondering, whether we do that in this specific spot here. That is the kind of idea. Then we'll need to find the next spot for us. But okay, so let's plop that down. I think this spot. Right over here, alternatively you can have it, I want it a little closer over here maybe. We do want to maybe leave a room for a little bit of expansion. So if we go down here, is that sloped pretty badly? No, not really. I don't think we've got too bad slope in here. So maybe if we do a little something like this, with an aim towards the rest of it. So there we go. Do something like that. Oh man, that is, pretty much as flat as you can get it. Okay, let's configure this guy a little bit. I want to just make sure we've got like that sound, like all the sound effects in there. So let's get rid of that one. I'm going to grab just a passenger terminal or 3 over there. Yeah, and then we'll grab ourselves a cargo terminal. Could even do 2 cargo terminals, but I'd rather we do a bit of a depot there. So that should give us a fair bit going. And this is the van upon Chaos Flow Airport van. So there we go. That's pretty good. And what I want to do with it is grab a little bit of road here. Something fairly minor. We'll just run it straight through there. Make sure it all kind of connects. So that's a good one there. And then the idea is that we bring in a passenger, but also a freight rail station. Yeah, that's kind of the idea here. So if we say we'll pop it in like right over there, so it's fairly quick and easy for the guys to kind of walk across. That is a really good alignment, like so. Nice. And what we'll need, this is going to be a branch line, okay? So we don't need full on through movements and things like that, but I would like us to, so how would we, do we just do, we don't need necessarily through movement here. Okay, let's have a look. So we need a little bit more. So we need at least the 2. And then the question is, do we have additional? We'll just do straight into the cargo building, cargo platform. I think so. 1 passenger, 1 cargo. Should be fine if we wanted to move cargo through here. Then it will obviously delay trains in this area. But I'm not sure it'll be. We may have to do an additional platform like this. So let's just do an extra platform here. That's going to be fine. And then what I'll do is I will do, tracks yet again. And we'll give ourselves a cargo platform in there. Again, without fail, I always do it. Without fail. Get another cargo platform in there and another set of tracks. Like this. Yeah, and I think that's gonna be fine. Let's get a cargo building over here. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll place that in there, and I think that should should kind of work for all bits and pieces. Okay, so there we've got that situation underway. So what I'm going to do now, there's 2 pieces of rail that needs to be built, and I'll do that in time lapse because it takes a little bit of tweaking to get things done. So we'll start off with this one. I'm going to get our main line over here, and then we will go on to get that branch line connected to the airport. And oh, actually one more thing, probably need another airport. And I was thinking Chaos Grad over this way, that this was a suggestion in the comments at some point in time, somewhere over here. So it's not too close and it can, but the concern of course is that we won't have rail access to it over here though. If we place it, well, that's a little hill, so we won't be placing it over there. But this area is nice and flat, so it would work over here. Is there an alternative over here? Yeah, well, anywhere really, but it's still not going to be closer because of this little hill. It's not going to be any closer to where it's at. I'm kind of almost tempted to put it in here and then have this run around to kind of do that, and then we can actually even see about having our town grow into this area. I don't know if that's really a thing, if that's really useful. Alternatively, if we run this guy out there, maybe this is the spot for it. So if we grab that, spin it around like so. Yeah, that's, oh, but we don't want it. Yeah, so something like that maybe. So it goes around here. We should then be able to pick up some cows and stuff over here. Anyway, I want it don't want it to be too close to the town though. I think that's okay. So now the flight path will be over the farm processing facility over here. So this industrial facility, instead of over the instead of being over across the town. Yeah, I think that's about appropriate right over there. I quickly want to do the road for this one, and then we'll go into the time lapse after that. Keep talking about the time lapse and I'm not doing it. So let's grab our road, bring it out like so. I think that's a good use of that, nice and straight actually. And I want to make sure that we do something like this over here. And then if we do give it a bit of a turn and we tie it in there we go. So that's actually quite good. Now what we can do is we can extend this over here. We can try and, you know, give it some other directionals and things like that. So let's just do something like that, end it off over there, give me a little bit of road that does, maybe we'll give it a little bit more straight section, like so, and actually like so. So that's okay. That's going to almost be the end of our 4-way boulevard thingy. But what I'll also do is I'll run a little section like this and like that so that we can do maybe a tram turnaround. I think that's going to be awesome if we do that. And then we'll see about getting a tram line that runs up here, and we'll have to see how we deal with that. But anyway, that's the starting point for our air network. Right there. Okay, now I'm going to go into time lapse now, and we're going to finish off these rail sections that needs to be built. See you in just a bit. Okay, and I am back. Okay, so we've done our little bit of connections over there. So I've added this one. Let's quickly add a few of these kind of signals in here. a few around here, and then we'll extend the line over here, but we also need to get our flight lines in place, our flights. Do one on the bridge over there. Do something like this. Oh, and I do want to make sure that you can actually transition from the one line to the other. So we'll grab a bit of a switch over here. Right in here. This will be pretty slow stuff because it's kind of it's coming into a station. It will be stopping. It's a branch line, all these kind of things. So we'll do a little bit of this over there. So that'll kind of add into this area. Now, what we'll do in order to get that to work is we'll grab this guy. We'll manage the, not the vehicles, but the line instead, please. Grab it, manage the line. Okay, manage the line. Now, from van, it will move on and go to the airport. And then it will go back to van. And then it will move on and go to the back to Hollow branch. No, this is Astral Dwarf, I believe. So anyway, maybe I need to change the station name there. Okay, what do we and anything here that we need to do? I just wanted to change the name for it, and this will effectively be the Alf Airport branch. For passengers, some more buses, new buses for us over there. Now with that one in place, we can now maybe double up on the vehicles on it though. So where is this guy? As soon as this guy arrives, it's really quick, isn't it? Just want to see manage the vehicle, and I want to duplicate it as soon as it gets into town here. Where is it? Wow. Yeah, here it comes. Quite a distance for it to go. Okay, well, let's go ahead and duplicate it. I believe they should, yeah, it should be fine. As this guy arrives here. Okay, that guy is stopping due to this situation. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Oh, it's going to stop it. Okay, that's okay. I believe that should be fine. Yeah, I believe that's going to be fine. Okay, so now we've got some extra vehicles coming out to the airport over here. I also want to make sure we get a tram connection out over here. So let's get the roads upgraded for the tram. Tram roads, please. Tram, electric tram on the big one. Do some of this. Tie that in. I'm going to go ahead and run it straight through here. We've got these small roads back connecting back up again. It's quite an interesting one that it keeps doing that. And then we also want the small road over here to get a bit of a tram connection. That's awesome. So that's going to work just fine. We'll grab ourselves the buildings so that we can get the stop over here. That's the crossing point right there. So we'll do the stop right in front of it in both directions. I think it's going to be, oh, it's the wrong one. It's definitely not a truck stop. Definitely not after a truck stop. So we're after the tram connection instead, please. So we'll do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then that'll be the tram connection. Now the question is, once we get in here, we run the trams. We'll need to, I think we'll need to upgrade this little section of road here also, just to make sure that we can in fact run the trams down here. Oops, tie that. Why is that not gonna? Ah, there we go. So that's now in place. Got the trams running up here. Why though is it not seeing this as the same? Maybe it's just a different style of road or something like that. Anyway, it's going to run up there. It could run straight into here also. I can do another one, so it just has a little bit of a stop in here though. Let's add a few more tram lines straight through the middle here. What is this? A medium street 50 kph with tram. So why? Ooh, that cost us a little bit of money. I'm going to do that in there. And I'm also going to run it down this here. So we can actually do maybe a little bit of a loop there. Let's do that. I'm not sure what that meant and why we now have an issue with the local tram. I've got a new, there was a suggestion. Oh, is it not? Oh, it's not electrified. Guys, apologies. That was the issue. Electric tram, please. Definitely need this to be electric tram. And then on this one, that is electric tram. So I don't know why we effectively, anyway, messed it up, but there should be no more warnings over there. So now we can do a little route that comes out to the airport here. Let's actually install that line. So that line, and now the question is, how exactly do we do it? I want a little loop. Maybe let's add some loop pieces in here. So give me the buildings. Grab not that one, this one. Let's grab maybe a stop over there. It's going to be a loop, right? So we only need the stop on the one side. Then we can have it stop at this bus station over here, and we can have it stop here, and then it can go in and run into that direction. But in order for us to get it to stop over here, we need to make sure that we configure the lift shelter as a tram. Yes, so that it can go in there and stop there also. So bus and tram. Alternatively, we can say bus there, and what we can do is we can add an extra tram stop in there. Oh, but it won't be able to get into that extra tram stop. So let's take it out. Oh, no, bus. Sorry about that, guys. This one. There we go. So we don't put that one in there. We will make, I think we'll just make this one tram over there. That's going to be just fine. So let's get the tram to do that. Now let's get the tram out here. Then we can set up the line for the others. So let's start it over here. And I would like you to go in there, please. Yes, that's just perfecto. You're going to come down over here. Okay, that's going to be fine. You're going to make your way back up, and you're going to stop right over there. Then you're going to stop over there, and that's the way you're going to loop this thing. That's awesome. I think that's just going to be fine. I didn't want to do that. Oh, I've got a double line here now. Anyway, this is going to be, and I'm changing the designation as per the comments, light rail, CGD airport passengers. There we go. Line 1 over here I will get rid of. Now we've got that going on. So I'll come up here, we'll say grab some vehicles, some of these T1s, maybe 4 of them is going to be sufficient. Don't know, we'll have to check it out, and you're going to go onto the airport line over there. We've already got the other one set up over here, so the train should be running in here. There's no need for any passengers, but here comes the train. So we've got the 2 trains on that line, and I would like to check our rate on it, but at the moment that's going to be just fine. Now let's set up a line. Okay, start a new line over here, and this is going to be from here, the Van Airport to the Chaosgrad Airport over here. Yeah, that's not gonna, yeah, absolutely. And it, oh man, ooh, it's a little close to Van over there, but we're not gonna cross over any big towns. So that's okay. Let's rename this line as the airline Van to CGD. And this is passenger line. Thank you very much. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some awesome new planes. We look at these guys. We've got some Junkers, the Dorniers, more Junkers, Douglas, and Vickers Victoria. So Douglas DC-3 is absolutely a good one, I think. It's by far the fastest one. It takes a lot of people. Same as the other Junkers one over there. But and this Junker went a little longer, though. What is our operating cost? Our operating costs are slightly more expensive on the Douglas, but the Douglas is just beautiful. I'm just going to grab the one. We're going to buy one Douglas DC-3, and we're going to put that on the line, and let's check it out, guys. There it goes. At the Chaosgrad Airport, I believe. Chaosgrad Airport, yeah, absolutely. Here it comes. Here it comes. Nice. So now people can fly from Chaosgrad to Van if they don't want to take the very slow train to go there. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Nice. And there it goes, flying at 100 kilometers an hour. Our trains are faster than that, guys. Maybe it's still climbing. I want to see how when it reaches its top. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're speeding up. As it reaches altitude, we're going up to 300 kilometers an hour. Yes, there we go. I'm glad we started the Douglas. Otherwise, it'd just be not close and not nearly as good. Anyway, we'll fly that one. Not sure it's going to be a profitable ride, but it should be. It's okay. It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Okay, we've got this section built out over here. So this is the mainline section that I built. We've got a little bit of a landing on the island section over here, which is not really island, but on this mainland section. And the reason I'm doing that is because we potentially want to tie into all of these cargo things. So we may have some sort of cargo connection, rail connection onto the cargo piece of the main line. And then that goes into this side, and we need to tie it into this way also in order for us to make some stops and things like that. So I do want us to add more trains onto those lines. Quickly want to upgrade some more of these roads just a little bit. We're just going to keep no tram tracks for now. Just going to upgrade that section, so that's a little bit better. I'm going to upgrade that one also. Nice, that's being built. That's good. That's good. Now let's see about running that in a little bit more, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a turn to go out that way. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. And what we'll do is we'll find ourselves a little bit of a spot to maybe do something like this, and kind of tie it in over there. Okay, so it's a little bit more interesting. So we'll see how we now. Anyway, let's leave it like that for now. Not sure where these lines are going to go, but that's fine. Now I just need to make sure that we have some buses or something in here, and we just received some new buses. So let's get our stops in place. So if we're saying we're going to go in here, and you can do the turnaround, so it's not too bad. And then so let's do a run up there, and then in here and up here somewhere. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll grab the street, and we'll kind of just finish off maybe a little small section here. Give me a smaller section of street, something like this, and let's try and straighten it off a little bit like that, and we'll give it a bit of a turn, and we'll tie it in over there. So something like that, just so that we've got a nicer little run, and then we'll put the stop in there, and we'll put a stop in here, and this one, however, will be moving off into this direction there. I think that's going to be awesome. And it's going to pop in here, turn around, and come back over there. That's good. That's good. So now we'll have our first localized line over here. So let's do that. Let's go with that side, please. No, doesn't matter. That's fine. Okay, so we don't even need to go out all the way that way. Let's add this guy and that guy, and then this guy over here. So it's not even using the fancy loop that I provided it. Okay, fine. Did we? Oh, we needed Queen Street again, right? Park, Queen, London, Park. Okay, so actually after London, let's do Queen Street again, but on the other side. So we'll have Queen Street on both sides. So it's the start of something that could potentially grow into that side, where we probably will maybe have a port up here somewhere. Something like that. Okay, so that's pretty good. That is now all built up. So let's also we need building a depot. I'm going to go with a road depot, and we'll place it. I'm just going to place it over here. Oh, actually, can we tie it in? Oh, man, look at that. I like it. That is an awesome spot for the road depot. I like it. Now, buses, I'm going to use some of these new ones. How much are they? They're 50 kilometers an hour. They take 10 passengers. We're going to grab like 4 of them. And we're going to assign them to our new line, which doesn't have a name I can remember. Okay, there we go. Let's pop into that line. Look at that money. Awesome. So if we go to our new line, which is called line 1, let's quickly rename that as this was road, right? Road. San local passengers. Okay, there we go. So now it's at least got a name there. Now we need to make sure we bring these guys in. So what we'll do, I'll put switches in here. Oh, actually, let's tie these up first. $180 out of there is going to be more than sufficient. And we'll do a very similar thing over there. On this one, however, we don't need that kind of speed because it's the freight one. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Then I'll do some switches in here. Oops, no, we want to track switches over there. And there we go. I believe that's going to be just fine for now. We'll have some track switches in here also. It's not impeding the main line, right? Yeah, it's not impeding the main line. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Now let's get a few signals. No, wrong side. Okay, a few signals over here. Perfect, like that. Then we'll run some more signals out. Come on. There we go. Like that. Crazy. Like so and like so. Let's just get rid of this guy. It's going to be just fine. Now some more signals all the way out here. And on this side, we've got a nice little cut in here without actually going full on tunnel. We've got a nice little cut happening, which I like. It's kind of good. We can get a road across here at some point. So let's get some more signals around the bend here. And then we are running into town. Okay, good. So now let's just quickly tie these together. Okay, so from there, where are we going? This one is eating into this way. And because it's the end of the line, we obviously would like it to... So this could be a branch that branches off from here to go somewhere else. But realistically, what we would like to do here... actually, we want to go on both sides of what we've got going on over here. So if I say we grab this one and we tie it in... like that, I think that is okay. And then what we'll do is we'll take this one and we'll tie it off like that. Yeah, it's a bit of a slowdown into the station over here, but I think that's going to be just fine. We've got this one tying in. Oh, and then crossing over on that side. Hang on, maybe is that what we'd rather do? We get them to come off of here into that one, and then from that one into here. No, I think this setup is probably going to work just fine. From this side, however, now it's going to get this guy to come in this way and then out again over there. So this section is not really effective. It's not really effective. So let's quickly grab our main line and extend it so that we can see how that works. We'll have another look at who's making money and who's not. Let's flip it around. Mainline is really running good numbers, 11 million. So let's go ahead and manage the main line. Okay, so at the moment, mainline, why am I not seeing... Really? Why am I not seeing the lines? If I go over here, we will see the lines, in fact. Okay, here we go. So that's the main line, managing the main line over there. So from Genesis passenger station. Oh, no. This is Maluchburg. Oh, Malukburg's the end of the line on this side. Yeah, that's unfortunate that we're doing it that way, isn't it? Because we can't move these up and down, I believe. So if we want to add a station here, it's a bit of a challenge. It's a bit of a challenge. I want to add a station here. But yeah, Chaos Grad. Okay, so let's add it on this side. Yeah, on this side. So add Chaos Grad. We add Maluchburg. And then from Maluchburg, we go off to Sandkelp. And then from Sandkelp, we go back to Maluchburg. Okay, that's fine. That seems to be workable. But all on the one line at the moment. And I believe it's because of what we've got going on over here. So let's quickly get Maluchburg. So that one is in fact the right one. We just need to potentially grab this one over there. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. That's exactly right. It's going to be ineffective over here. So we'll probably need to rebuild this little section at some point. But really, that's going to make a lot of sense for us to just run it straight through there. So that's the update of the main line, the passenger's main line. If I have a look at this guy, what is its current frequency? It's 9 minutes, so I would definitely want to drop that a fair bit. So the question with the frequency over here is, can we manage the vehicles and maybe replace and add a couple more? If I go with, not clone, but if we replace these vehicles, what do we have? We've got these guys that are really quick on the main line, but maybe not exactly what we want. What do we have? At the moment, they're at 125, which is at 120. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything on electric that's going to be in that order of... Yeah, I would like the high-speed stuff, though. 145? But what is our wagons? Passenger wagons? Yeah, so we can't run more than 120, though, on our passenger wagons. So the question is really, do we just end up adding a couple more of this, right? So electric, steam. So steam, this one is 6 million, that one's 7 million. It's not that much difference in terms of what it does. But I do wonder what kind of wagons we're running on this. Let's just want to grab one of these and see the details of it. Can we know what kind of wagons it has? How do we not get the wagons sorted out? Emissions is 80. Anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll just add 2 more to the mix. Okay, 2 more. There's a lot of very bad on that line in terms of condition. But we'll add 2 more. At some point, we'll just replace all of them, but the 2 more should at least help us to run that a little bit better. So let's see if that's now the case. What is our line frequency at the moment in terms of the main line? It's now on 6 minutes. 6 minutes, I think. I know there's comments saying that it needs to be under 5 and 3 minutes and all these kind of things, but I think 6 minutes is just going to be fine. Oh, look at that. Our air travel is already making money. It's only 1 plane on there. It's like 10 people on there. I like it. I like it. Do we have people waiting? Want to see if we have people waiting over here. Oh, we've got tons. 34. Okay, it's time for us to also go ahead and at least duplicate that vehicle. The fact that it's duplicating it from here is not great. So do we have people waiting on the Chaos Grad side of things? We also have people waiting over here. Nice. Okay, that works. That's working pretty well. And the fact that we're making some money on it is awesome. Our money situation is really looking good. We spent a lot of money on new trains now, so hopefully that's not going to be too problematic. I believe this might be our first train bound over here into the main line, into Sandkelp Crossing. And guys, I believe that is going to be it for us for today. I wanted to do a little bit on the cargo work, but we haven't done that yet. So at least we've got planes up. We've extended the main line a little bit, and that is about it. So as we kind of end the episode, I will take a little bit of a ride on the main line out of Sandkelp Crossing. Let's see, how much money are we making here? Oh, just a little bit. Full load though. Wow, that's quite interesting. Anyway, full load. We'll take a little bit of a ride on this bad boy as it heads out of Sandkelp Crossing onto the main line and across the bridge. I want to thank you so much for watching this series and supporting me with it. As always, please leave your comments down below or come and join us on the Discord where we can have some discussions on what do we do next in this planning by committee series on the Megalomaniac map of Transport Fever 2. Bye-bye!